Oh man, you're right, Hammer. This is toasty.
It is hot.
This is toasty, but like...
Is it as toasty as the Christmas episode? No.
No.
It'll never be as toasty.
That was like...
That was crazy.
Sitting in an inferno.
Oh, just in
dressed
Perth.
in just
41 degrees 3 days in a row. Not nearly as hot as a Christmas episode. Not even close.
True.
Not even close to as hot as a Christmas episode. Wait, what's that thing with Perth? Like, it's a dry heat. What's that from? Is it from something?
What do you mean? Like it's,
People kept saying to me, it's a dry heat.
I think it's just a slight uptick on usual weather chat. It's just a little bit of a push where it's not just hot, it's a dry heat. It gives
dry
you
heat.
more places to go.
Okay.
At least it's a dry heat, you know?
Yeah, because just like so hot here, and they're like, yeah, it's a dry heat. And I'm like, what are we doing? What do I do next? You making fun of me? You fucking Perth dog?
You know what's terrible? Wet heat. I hate that.
Well, the humidity in Sydney at the moment is horrendous.
Bali, that super wet heat where I just felt claustrophobic and I couldn't escape it.
So it was a wet heat.
It was a wet heat,
not a dry heat.
And my God, like I tried to have sex, and God,
was anyone else there?
Step one.
I being at a water park. I was just a heaving, sweaty boy.
It was like a teenager in a sun hat, being like, stroke, go, wait, go. Want to stay in the game, don't you? It's dangerous. You keep thrusting like that, Hammer. There's no room on the slide. Oh, that's great. I've met your partner. She seems lovely. I don't want to refer to her vagina as a slide.
Well, you have, so.
Yeah, but I'm backpedaling.
Sure are. I'm backstroking.
Trying to make my way out. But yeah, it was, you had a good time in Perth. I think.
Such a good time.
The people of Perth like Hamo a lot.
I can see that.
I would say more than they like us.
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
Just infinitely more. He fits in.
He's been to Bali. He's tried to have sex there. They can relate.
Speak their language.
It is like a water park.
They just get me, boys.
They get you?
Yeah.
Did you have to modify anything, or were they just right in there, right off the bat?
No. I even gave my trans joke that I'm working on a whirl at a show. That went well.
So when you say your trans joke you're working on, has it evolved a lot since I heard it last?
Exactly. Oh no, it's exactly the same, but I have an addition in my head that I'm gonna add in soon. I didn't try it out.
We're working hard there in Perth, mate. Writing a couple of things. I mean, these jokes were tested at the live show in Newcastle, which Tom has been nice enough to drip feed some clips from. Mm-hmm. Hot clips, like the clips. The people love it, but. Yeah, I was doing my retard joke. There's no other way to sugarcoat that. My joke about the word retard, which is back. Can we?
I think the joke.
Off air, you're coming in strong.
Yeah, I'm not going to admit to it on a podcast. What I look like, some kind of idiot.
Hey man, if you say something bad on a podcast, you could host SNL soon.
Isn't that crazy?
It's one of the great pipelines to SNL hosting. Get fired from ever appearing on the program, then host it.
I mean, that would explain the last 10 years of podcasting, if everyone believed that.
Well, I mean, the greatest of all time, obviously, is Norm coming back to host SNL after he got fired from SNL. He was actually on the show, got fired for what he did on the show, as opposed to what he said on a podcast. And then when he comes back hosting, he's like, I got fired because I wasn't funny enough. And now I'm hosting. So I guess the show just got a lot less funny.
No, I think he said,
is that the line?
He goes, either I've gotten funnier or this show stinks.
Very good.
And it absolutely was not in the approved script for the show.
Oh, really? He went off script?
Yeah, he went off script.
That's
Nice.
so good.
I like it. I rate it. Wait, are we all coming in? Are we all...
I think we're all good.
Yeah? Happy?
Me, mama, me.
Okay, cool. So just because some of these waveforms are looking a little small.
It does that.
Okay.
It's not the size that counts.
Not the size, it's the motion of the waveform. But I don't know. I mean,
So you think Perth is Hamo's people?
Hamo's town.
Yeah.
But I'm going to put it out there, Tom. I would say every town in Australia is Hamo's town.
Soon to be.
Comparative to us.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. There are certain suburbs in Sydney / restaurants that might prefer us as clientele. But otherwise, it's all Hamo. It's all coming up Hamo.
Oh, the Melbourne Comedy Festival. I'm going to be at your show for every trans joke. Stand at the back and enjoy.
You know, there actually was a nightclub in Darlinghurst where I used to be able to not get in with tattoos.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't have enough?
Yeah. You got to cover them up.
Really?
Yeah.
Darlinghurst.
Yeah. It was called the Darlow Country Club. That place can suck my balls.
Darlow Country. You couldn't get into the country club. Of course you know that place. The fucking country club. You were signed up at birth.
I don't know if it still exists, but if it does, yeah. Change your policies because that's just rude.
Hey, you want me to double down on what you just said? It's next to Messina. It is 100% next to Messina.
Yeah. I mean, like, so we had to cover up the tats. So you could have tats just as long as they were covered up.
That's right.
So like the same kind of policy that all my shifty Asian gangster mates have now employed that they work in insurance.
The policy the police tried to put in.
I went there in summer. I had to borrow someone's jumper or sweater just to cover up.
I didn't get let into Scruffy Murphy's because I was wearing a singlet at one point, so I had to put on a girl's sweater. It fit. And the bouncer was like, this is fine. And I'm like, I look ridiculous.
Yeah. And then you start a fight. That's okay. But wearing a singlet, no, that's where we draw the line.
And then Hamo saw you in that sweater and had a great trans joke about it.
Hey, let's not call it a great trans joke. It's a trans joke, all right?
Joke, yes.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, the retard joke. Newcastle, murder, bloody murder. Unbelievable. Canberra, 6 people walk out.
Immediately or?
This might be a bit of cockiness on my part. It was doing some new material before the break, before I did the actual tour show they came to see, and they left in the break.
Yep.
So they hated the joke so much that 6 people, 1 for every letter, walked out in the break and didn't actually see the show. They paid to see.
How sure are you, because you told me this, how sure are you it is about that joke?
100% sure.
How?
Because they were on like the left in the front row, and as soon as I said it, hatred. Hatred spread across every face.
Yeah, right.
Looking at each other, head shaking. You know, it was definitely that.
So what's happening with that joke now? Is it staying in the act?
It was
this is opener, right?
it was no problem in Perth. Absolutely none at all.
6 people walked in.
Don't you see the R word? You might do the N word next. Sit down.
Man, I hope he does some trans jokes. Oh man, that's very good, Tom. I've missed you. I like that. That was red hot. But no, yeah, in Perth, absolutely fine. But I stopped saying the word in the joke. I think maybe the joke's cleverer if you don't say the word, but I kind of like the idea that I was building it. Oh, is he going to say it? Is he going to say it? Oh, he's not going to say it. Then I said it.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll see.
We all love to say the words. Obviously, we all love to say them.
Everybody loves it. I wouldn't deny it to anybody.
So are you just saying the R word, or what are you're just alluding to?
I just say they, that harmless generalization. Because that's fine. As long as I don't say the actual word, it's not offensive.
Yeah.
Even the concept is the same. I love my audiences. Can't get enough.
Well, speaking of offending people with that kind of stuff, I had a call today with my publisher about my book that's coming out. And
But you have a book coming out.
I have a book coming
you
out.
Never
we
mentioned
know about this. It's on the record. But I got the notes from my first crack at the manuscript, and there were some concerns over some bits that were possibly offensive. And in my head, I'm like, which of the 500 offensive things in there are the ones that they got offended
So
by?
which pages do you think weren't possibly offensive? Let's work back.
And so I thought maybe it could have been the fact that I compared myself to Nelson Mandela because I was a political prisoner. I thought maybe...
You put that in writing?
I put that in writing.
That's not great.
I thought maybe that's it. No, it wasn't that.
Wasn't that? They were fine with that?
I thought maybe it was about me selling and helping a person with cerebral palsy do cocaine. Wasn't that?
How did you help him or she do it?
I held the straw while he imbibed.
You held the straw.
I held the straw.
That's nice.
Out of your butthole?
No butthole, up the schnoz.
Deep cut for the Hamo fans there.
Then he said
See the
thank
show?
you. We had a cuddle, and then he left. And it was really it was a touching moment. But disabled people have just as much right to buy drugs as anyone else.
I was actually going to say, because remember that guy who I thought was coming to my shows around the Northern Rivers to deal drugs? I think he's actually just a fan.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of his crew were disabled, and they definitely seemed to be on drugs. So he honestly made me think. Drugs are accessible.
Finally.
They are indeed.
They're accessible. Like, as in, like, if you want drugs and you're in a wheelchair and the drugs are up a flight of stairs, I dare say they will come down and find you at the bottom.
Well, I try to make that point in the book. That if you're uncomfortable with the idea of me selling drugs to someone with cerebral palsy, that's ableist.
Yeah.
That's true.
So then that wasn't the bit that they had a problem with. It was a bit about me doing cocaine off the heads of dwarfs, which we've talked about on this pod. So this pod,
Episode 2, it's McCannon.
covers stuff that is considered too offensive to be put in writing.
Unfit to publish.
Yeah.
What, just that you were doing cocaine off a dwarf's head?
Yes. And I thought it was fine because then I let the dwarf do cocaine off my head, which I thought made it, equal opportunity.
Did you pick up the dwarf to let him do that?
No,
because they hate that.
I got low.
You got low?
I got low.
How low?
That's lower than this.
So what was the thing? Like, that's just an offensive concept? Did you make fun of them?
So that's considered ableist, according to them.
Did you call them Bilbo Baggins throughout?
Also, here's the thing: when I called up to order the dwarfs,
I mean, I think this might be where it's getting offensive. Hey, I just want to order some people.
they asked me if I wanted them to dress up in any silly costumes, and I said no, I don't want to demean them. So,
I remember this is in episode 2 when you're actually talking about this.
I think it's fine. So anyway, that's the bit that was of concern. So we'll be talking through that to see whether there's any kind of changing to the text.
Can you get like a dwarf expert in to represent the dwarves, like Peter Dinklage?
That'd be a huge
He
get.
would be the best rep, wouldn't he? If you
Sure,
better ask
were you about
someone.
to say biggest?
Who else do you go to in the dwarf community?
Okay, Vern.
Wee Man?
the big ones were-
Brad Williams.
Brad Williams?
Or
the
Vern
comic?
Troyer.
Who's Vern Troyer?
Mini-Me.
Ah.
And I'm pretty sure both Mini-Me and Wee Man, I remember a lot as a teenager, rumors of them being dead. Does that feel like... I feel like I heard a lot that Wee Man had apparently died and then he'd show up at the new Jackass.
I think he's definitely, he's still alive. But they do live shorter lives.
Yeah. All right,
Well
Dan.
done. Beautiful work. Were you not going for that? I thought that was fairly intentional.
I realised it was good as soon as I was saying it. But yes, they also they burn the candle twice as fast and live shorter lives. It's sad, but it's true.
Their life expectancy is lower.
You never see an elderly dwarf. Have you ever seen one? No, you don't. Think about it.
I guess I haven't.
No, I haven't either.
Right, there you go.
I'm upset.
There you go.
So who's the world's oldest dwarf?
I don't know. We could probably find that out.
Is it Peter Dinklage?
That's why he's famous?
Is he not old? How old is Peter Dinklage?
I reckon he'd be like 41.
I reckon older than that.
I reckon he's older.
I reckon mid-40s.
47. I'm
And
going
how,
for Dinklage.
and how long do you reckon he's got?
I reckon they live till like early 60s, late 50s.
Oh, wow. Peter Dinklage is 54.
Here we go.
He looks great.
He does look great, but he's probably on the higher end of their lifespan.
I mean, this just feels a bit sad
It
now.
got very sad.
Yeah. It's like they don't all die, Hammer. They're not all trying to return a ring.
I was about to say, who was? That was that
Oh,
wasn't a real
Hamo,
guy. Yeah.
most people with dwarfism don't have serious health problems and have a normal life expectancy. You're
This is more offensive than your book.
Hold on. Have you ever seen an elderly dwarf?
Yeah, but they're probably just not hanging out.
If you're saying that they don't die early, where are they going?
Well, let me put it this way: you can't
Where
order.
are they?
You can't order them. Hey, you got any old dwarves? I don't want them to dress
All
up
right.
like anything weird. I just want an old one.
All right, floggers, right in. If you have ever seen on the street an elderly dwarf, dispel this myth.
How old are we talking? Like walking stick?
Grey hair.
Grey hair.
I'm talking grey hair. I've never seen it.
I've seen a bald dwarf.
I've seen women that shrink in size when they get old, but that's different.
That is different.
I don't see how it's...
It's amazing.
Sorry.
So you go, please.
I found that, you know how when Google has like frequently asked questions, one says, how long do dwarves live? And it said, dwarves were long-lived with a lifespan of some 250 years. And then I realized I'm on the Middle Earth wiki.
We just don't see them because they go into some kind of cave system.
They go into a fantasy world.
Well, they lost a whole generation to that elven war.
What about the guy who plays Gimli isn't actually a dwarf, right? They just shot him. He's like 6 foot, isn't he?
Yes, I think it was
Is
the
that
guy.
offensive?
Well,
Do dwarfs want to play dwarfs?
Wasn't this the thing in the Snow White remake? They thought that the dwarves should be played by actual dwarves.
But where are you going to find 7 of them?
Yeah, how many brothers and sisters does Peter Dinklage have?
I think the guy that played the dwarf in Lord of the Rings was the guy that played Dr. Dr. Octavio or something in the TV program Sliders that I used to love when I was a kid. Did you ever get around Sliders?
No, but I can see why you'd like it. Hey, is this a tiny burger program?
They slid into other dimensions. It was Jerry O'Connell.
Oh, mate.
He was. You're right. And he was also in Indiana Jones.
Take it.
Nailed it.
Old IMDb hammer.
There we go. What's
Yeah.
his real name?
John Rhys Davies.
There we go.
John Rhys Davies.
Welsh.
Yeah, Welsh, yes. Sorry, just speaking of Hamo's feeding, in Perth, you missed a real hot one. He had a sticky date thick shake at 1 a.m.
A sticky date thick shake. From where?
So you could get a sticky date cake, sticky date pudding on there on the menu. I think it was like something like $15-16. But then you could get
$15 for a piece of sticky date cake.
But then the sticky date thick shake was like $20.
Yeah.
It was more to have it in liquid form.
Yeah.
And
That's the blending cost.
Yes.
Factored in.
Cost of electricity is crazy right now.
but also, so I had one of those, and it was quite dense, and it came with like a slice of sticky date in the drink at the top, and it was like drinking like it had like heavy soil almost. It was the cake in the drink.
Yeah, okay.
And so it was quite malty to the palate. It felt like I was adding a kilo every sip. I was getting heavier and heavier.
If you knew how drunk Hamo was drinking this thing.
Oh my God.
Like the description of the touch of his palate, like shut the fuck up. cunt. You were going swig a sticky date thickie and then a beer. Like,
Oh my God.
back
Yuck.
to back.
How was that?
Well, it was mainly it started as a gag, but we were laughing about it, and then I just thought, this will impress the boys.
And did it?
And
Did it
Grace
impress the
and
boys?
Grace Jarvis.
Grace Jarvis enjoyed it too, yes.
I thought I didn't realize she was taking like with an old school camera, it's like quite a few photos.
Yeah, she takes
sent
film
me.
photos, yeah.
I've seen a few of that going around recently.
They're good quality. I didn't realize. I forgot how much better they look than like digital photos. But so I have some really high quality photos of me consuming this
Sticky date pudding in liquid form.
I just really like the phrase sticky date thick shake.
I like sticky date thicky.
The funniest bit was one of the staff came out. This is 1 a.m. and said, "We're about to close the milk bar." Like
To you?
to the table.
the table.
To the whole table.
Like the beers are still going to be flowing, but we're just letting you know, like no more sticky dates.
Yeah.
This is your last
one.
call.
Hey, you gotta go on Waters, brother. All right, after this. Yeah, it was outrageous.
That was something I'd never heard in my life. I didn't know that they had to give a 1 a.m. warning about closing the milk bar.
You put it away. I think they just thought that maybe you'd want another. You're the kind of bloke who'd have a double sticky date thickie.
They sort of look in my eye.
$20 for a thick shake. That's crazy stuff.
Oh, but it was thick though.
Yeah.
It was served in a pint glass. Like it was
so-
fucking
In a
massive.
pint glass.
It was
Yeah.
so dense.
Oh my God.
It was a powerful boy. Like, I'm glad Hamo was there to put it away. Like I think if I was left one-on-one with it, wouldn't have made it.
Oh, have I told you about our Super Bowl? I mean, our NFL playoffs fiasco?
No.
Ah, come on now. You're
What's-
gonna grasp me up.
Yeah.
Ah,
So this bloke right here, we made a plan. We made an agreement. I was going to get up to watch the 49ers game with him at the casino.
It's like 7 a.m.?
7:30 kickoff.
Yeah,
right?
okay.
Perth time.
And
Fucks everything.
And he's like, great, I'm already going to be there to watch the game before, which was the Chiefs versus
Ravens.
Ravens.
AFC Championship.
Oh, so you were going to go through, were you? That was at 4?
That was
Yeah.
a 4:30 game,
Yeah.
and so he was just like, "Oh, I'll watch that one, and you can come meet me at 7:30." So I set my alarm 6:50, got up, got in the Ubes to start heading over to Crown, and I messaged him because I looked at the score in the Ravens game, and I was like, "Holy shit, no response." And I'm like, "Okay, all right, hold on, we might be in a little bit of trouble here." So I showed up to the bloody casino. There's like 6, 7 other dudes sitting there watching this big screen, and not one of those people is Daniel Muggleton. And at that point, I called him, and then I sent him some kind of menacing text.
Abusive.
Yeah.
Some would say.
Yeah.
You fucking soft cock. Get you and your thrush down to the cast right now. We had an agreement.
To his credit, he was up only a few minutes later, and he got to the cast in like record time. It was only like a few minutes into the game.
I reckon I made it like by the end of the first quarter. I was there.
So how long between you sending a message and Dan showing up?
Maybe 20 minutes.
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
And it was like a 13-minute Uber ride. Like,
Yeah.
so I was just, fuck, in the shower, still drunk, in the Uber.
It was
oh my
not,
God.
He was not long. And it was so much more of like the game goes forever.
Yeah.
So by the time he got there, it was inconsequential because what an emotional roller coaster of a game it was.
I can't believe your fucking team won. I was there for the Lions all day.
We're sitting there. I made him have a beer, even though he was being a little baby. He didn't want one.
This is like just a fucked up sequence of consumption. Just I had a cappuccino, a big breakfast, and then a beer.
Yeah.
Like within 45 minutes, just at the casino. Just everyone's looking at me, just shaking their head. Oh, it was grim. But good game.
Good result.
And the boys are going to see the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We're committing, and I'm gonna fucking have to rush back again because I'm at a wedding over the weekend. It's a real Tom Witcombe weekend, and
Wait, you got a wedding on this weekend?
yeah, and it's like it's a 3-dayer. Weddings are 3 days now.
Oh, shit.
Get it on the Friday for the pre-drink.
Where is
Saturday
it?
wedding. Sunday recovery. Barry.
Barry.
So
So
you're
that
saying
is such a
Sunday
win.
night as well?
Sunday night in Barry. Then I'm gonna be fucking
That is such
speeding back to
that
get
is-
to. We can announce it. Wahlburgers Circular Quay. That is where we'll be watching the game. We have reached out. They're happy to have us and any floggers who want to turn up. So if you want to come watch a Super Bowl with Hamo and me eventually.
If you want to watch the first quarter with Hammer,
It's Wahlburgers, baby. Wahlburgers Circular Quay. That's where we're going.
It may just be brewskis with drewskis at this stage.
Are you going to get on the brewskis?
I wasn't gonna, but I might.
I think we have to.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think we
you
have to get on the
definitely got
brewskis.
So
Are you gonna make an appearance?
absolutely not.
Oh, come on, man.
I could maybe because it'll get to lunchtime, won't it? What time will the game finish?
It starts at what
10:30?
10:30 and it goes for like 3 and by the
3.5?
time I add in
There's like
the-
long,
yeah, by the
long
time-
half times. Probably
but-
2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't love the idea of me just showing up for the halftime show, but that I don't love what that says about my brand.
Yeah, I just want to check out Usher, one of my favorite recording artists. I wonder if Taylor Swift's going to get up. Oh, she's not. All right, back to work. Enjoy sports, lads. He turns up with his fucking Chiefs scarf.
Oh, I saw a girl at the beach on the weekend wearing a Chiefs hat that still had the tag on it.
Ah, horrible.
Yeah.
I think if
She's in her bandwagoning era.
I'm having Walbrewskis, that's the tap
Walbrewski,
beer there.
yeah,
Is
absolutely.
that all they have is Walbrewskis?
Oh, they got more than that, but I'll tell you what's the cheapest, the Walbrewski.
Of course it is. I hope so.
Well,
But it costs $1 extra to get it with Drewski. It's got a cut.
if I'm getting there for 10:30 and we're there for about 4 hours, I think that I could also reveal that it's quite possible I'll have more than one meal.
And
And a Flog Cabin exclusive.
we can announce. We can. After some deliberation, it has been decided.
It just makes me laugh because I was watching Australian Idol the other day. Don't ask why, my life's a shambles. But I was watching Australian Idol and it was like, who are we going to give the golden ticket to? And they cut to ad break and came back. And it was just like, I can reveal. It's Australian Idol, cut to ad break, come back. I'll have 2 meals. And everyone's like, oh my God. And they all hug and Carl Sanderlands is there, you know. It's good.
2 meals, 2 Wahlburgers, a chicken and a beef.
It'll be some kind of. I'll see what kind of. I had to look up. I was like, what time does this place bloody open? It opens like 8 a.m. So they must have some kind of
Wahlburgers?
Every day?
They do
And
wall breakfast.
They must have some. Yeah, they've got some breakfast fare. Wall breakfast.
I love the wall bacon and eggs. Thank you.
So,
Can I get a wall cold brew, please?
so I'll definitely be looking into what they got there.
Dude, if they did breakfast, that's fucking amazing. I like to think it opens at like 4 a.m. because that's when Wahlberg gets up.
Yeah, that's.
We want you to start your day right with us.
Like, hey, do you guys always have this treadmill here?
Well, you haven't seen the Wahlburgers weight room? Yeah, we don't have any of the cable stuff, just the free weights. You know, get in there, do your thing.
So, did you reach out to the Wahlburgers social media guy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did. On
And-
Instagram.
I just messaged him on Instagram and he's
By
like,
the Flog Cabin account.
do you want to do like a proper thing? And I'm like, nah. Genuinely, they were like up for it. She's like, do you want to like record something? Or you need like microphones? And I'm like, not really. Like, I was just planning to watch the game.
I mean, if Newcastle's anything to go by, I think you're going to grossly underestimate the response to this. I think
Yeah,
there's
it's
going to be
possible.
a lot of people turning
Can
up
you
to
imagine a line of floggers out the door? They're like, we're getting into Wahlburgers. But Hammer's in there. So is Daniel. Not important.
Wait, are they going to post something to their socials or not?
Yeah, they're getting photos and shit for artwork.
All right. Oh my God, they're doing artwork. I'm going to get pissed at the sun. Wahlburgers for Super Bowl. I'm definitely going to reshare that because we might as well see whether or not anyone turns up.
Dude, we've had people message the Instagram already at Flog Cabin, follow us. People have already messaged being like, so where's the location for Super Bowl?
Wow.
People got at me before because they were like, apparently the NFC and AFC are at Wahlburgers as well. That's how I knew they were showing it.
Oh, okay.
So is that where you and Hammer are going to be? Just asking. Not going to turn up. Dude.
Well.
But they're up for the... I did message and they're up for it doing the tour. At Wahlburgers. Doing every Wahlburgers in Australia in 2024. They're keen for it.
So remind me, what
That's
up? We've
so
got
funny.
Service Paradise, Byron,
Manly
Circular Quay,
and
Manly.
Circular Quay. Yeah, there's
okay.
4.
I mean, with the ferry, we could do Circular Quay and Manly on the same day. We could do breakfast and lunch.
Like a Flog ferry?
Flog ferry.
This cabin's getting seaborne, baby. Let's go. That'd be fucking sick. Can you imagine? Just a group of men just on the ferry heading into Circular Quay. I think there's going to be some kind of ruckus. I like it. But anyway, yeah. I think it's what, 10:30 is when the game starts. Probably there from like 10. I mean, I'll go there at 10:45. Let's not fuck around.
Yep.
But, you know.
Yeah.
But everyone gets to text you and abuse you for it. We'll hand out your phone number.
All right, that's it. Fuck it. I'll put the thing down. If I'm late, get me on social media or the Flog Cab on Instagram. Just hit the DMs, abuse the shit out of me if I'm not there on time.
Yeah, that just reminds me of a time I went to Bar 100. That's in the Rocks, right?
Bar 100.
It's called Bar 100.
Did you fuck
idea.
with the Rocks? I never really fucked with the Rocks. I went to
No.
the Paragon when my first night drinking ever. That's the one like above the Macca's at Circular Quay, which is a grim location for a bar.
It is.
But there's the other one. What's the other? Fuck, there's like the not the
Argyle.
Argyle. No, the other one, the Irish one. Fuck, there's like an Irish one in the Rocks.
Yep. Been there.
You-
What the fuck is it called?
What's it called?
I have no idea what this is.
My drug-affected brain sometimes.
I got no
The
excuse.
Argyle's in the rocks, though, right?
The
Yes,
Argyle
it
is in the
is.
Rocks, but the Argyle's like, this is just kind of like, I thought it was called the Paragon. Is it not called the Paragon?
Yeah, that is. Yep, that is one. That is.
Oh, but that's the Circular Quay one. Is that the Paragon?
Yeah, that's definitely in the Rocks.
Oh, I don't know. Someone's
Oh
yelling.
no, that's Circular Quay. Paragon.
Yeah, someone's yelling at their fucking radio right now. They're furious.
In an Irish accent.
Yeah.
There is one.
Lads, I didn't do nothing wrong.
fucking Paragon.
You don't know your Irish bars, lads.
That's the Lord Nelson.
What
I
are you
can't
doing?
Find it quickly, but anyway, Bar 100, right?
Yes.
They had a promotion. I forget exactly what it was, but it was like American beers.
Sorry, is it the Mercantile?
Mercantile.
There we
It is
go.
the Mercantile. We
Hold
got
on.
there. I'm so sorry to all the counties for getting that wrong.
This
We got a huge Irish fan base since Mickey Bartlett was on last week. You know?
Is that right?
Yeah, we've a huge Irish fan base.
That's good.
Massive. I haven't checked. I don't give a shit. Yeah. So Bar 100.
Bar 100.
They
They had a promotion. It was like $5 American beers. They
Okay.
had Bud and Coors.
Whoa, all of them?
The Bud and the Coors ran out at the end of the first quarter. That was their whole beer promotion for the day. Ran
Oh,
out.
this is during the Super Bowl.
During the Super Bowl, I went there for a special.
Did he mention that before?
He did not.
Okay, good. I was just being like, am I
Sorry.
just not listening? But I'm like, I swear he didn't mention the Super Bowl. Like, first quarter of what?
Just because the way into this was through Circular Quay, not Super Bowl, but it was actually both.
Yeah, it was a Super Bowl. They had a special promotion this day, and we'd reserved tables, and I was like, these $5 beers. Anyway, the American beers ran at the end of the first quarter, and then it was just back to like regular prices for all the other beers. And,
Right.
And we were outraged. and it was a bad look. And so I went up to one of the bar staff, this girl, and said, hey, like, what's going on with the manager? Because he realized this was happening. And she goes, he's gone to hide. Because
For 3 quarters? And the halftime show?
this guy had obviously panicked because he like misread how quickly everyone was going to be just absolutely murdering beers from the first quarter.
Did they at least give out some free Bud hats?
He had to eventually. He came out and said, "We'll do Aussie beers for $5,
You'd hope so.
just to
Derek-
keep it going."
Do you reckon he was like calling up the chain of like the pub ownership
What
group?
do I do?
Lads, I'm out of beer. I'm out of $5 American beers. They're angry. There's so much game to go. I forgot how long this fucking thing is. Can I give them Aussie beers for $5? Like, oh, we don't know. It's a great deal. Coopers.
That's what sometimes these places, they'll have a special event for Super Bowl or whatever, and they'll put on a promotion, but they just misjudge how popular the promotion is going to be. And they run out of whatever it is. Discount beers, burgers, food, like their food promotions. They do this stuff, and then it runs out in the first 20 minutes. They look like fools.
But this is like, but doesn't that create a bit of artificial scarcity? I mean, obviously for that kind of event, it seems fucked. But I remember my mates who did like who got sued by In-N-Out, the Burger Boys. They used to do these pop-ups, and they'd run out like that, and like that would mean everyone was like, "Fuck, we got to get there early next time."
Yeah.
You know, they didn't do it on purpose. They were just like, this is kind of how much we need to sell for it to be a success.
Yeah, that's smart.
I don't know if I buy into that.
Do you reckon? Because maybe I'm just cynical. I think the Bar 100 guy was like, let's not buy that many American beers because we're not making that much money on them. And then they'll turn over to the Australian beers, but they didn't anticipate the backlash.
Yeah.
Inspired by Andrew Hamilton.
That's what I mean.
Who I assume is in a kind of Braveheart style face paint. Leading the troops across the line. This is wrong.
Yeah. Come on, boys, let me do the talking.
Do you agree it's wrong? You agree it's wrong, right? I can't even fight all American beers. They're out. It's not my fault.
That's why I don't buy into this artificial scarcity stuff a lot of the time, because I'm like, if it runs out, if you're running a burger pop up and it runs out of burgers in the first hour, I'm like,
but you made your cash. You're done. You're out.
yeah, but people have had a negative experience. They're like, you know what? Fuck those guys and their burger planning. I don't care about getting there early next time. I'm gonna go somewhere else.
I feel like you're bringing an ex-drug dealer's mentality to scarcity. Whereas like, what do you mean you're out of drugs? I want some more drugs. I'm going to go find another guy who has
You want to wait
drugs.
till tomorrow like a loser? Yeah.
I need them now. I've written tonight off already.
I went to a barbecue festival in the middle of, what's the park opposite the St. Mary's Cathedral?
Oh, Hyde Park.
Yeah, no. It was
Like the Domain?
yeah, Domain.
Okay.
They had like a barbecue festival there where it was supposed to be just like...
Was it paid entry to the barbecue festival? Or was
yes, paid entry to the
it...
barbecue
See, I think that's
festival.
outrageous. I think if you're going to have a thing, we have to pay for the items individually anyway. You can't then charge entry.
Yeah, I hate that. I didn't realize. I feel like when you buy a ticket to that, you assume it's just free samples all around, but it never is.
No. You still had to buy for all the food still on top of that, but it was supposed to be like discounted and it was going to be like specialty
If it's
stuff.
discounted, that's okay. And if there's like,
Yeah,
is
but-
it entertainment?
But you get in, you bought a ticket, you get in, and the queue was so long. When you get up, they would run out of most of the good barbecue stuff that you wanted. Like, it's the beef brisket gone. You're like, what did I even come here for?
For pork ribs?
Yeah.
For corn?
Yeah.
For cornbread?
A lot of cornbread.
I mean, well, look, you say this, but then, yeah, the Burger Boys did do Burger Palooza, which I MC'd 3 years in a row, not a big deal. And
You MC'd Burger Palooza?
I MC'd Burger Palooza.
What kind of stuff do you have to MC? What are you talking through at a Burger Palooza event?
Keep buying burgers, folks. It's good stuff. Try it. Try the chicken. You're doing well.
Yeah, truly the master of ceremonies.
Nah, like...
Guest speakers you had to welcome to the stage, anything like that?
There was like some competitions and stuff. I think there was like a drinking thing maybe. There was definitely a chili eating contest, which was like one of the great joys in terms of things I've ever hosted. The chili eating competition was excellent.
Is chili eating competition as in like beef chili, not like
No,
chilies?
as in like a chili
Chilies.
itself. Yeah, and they had
Oh.
9 levels of chili. So it kind of started off with like just your general red, then like a green, then like a bird's eye, then like a jalapeno, and then it went all the way up to like a...
Carolina Reaper.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
correct.
All right, now we're
Ghost
talking.
chili, Carolina Reaper.
It's
And like,
hot.
man, it was like...
It's sweaty up top.
So generally, it was like an awesome competition because like it was very fun. Like it's very visible. Like people are just turning pink. And like the first year it was quite small. It was only like 400 people. So like you really got into it. And like people were like, yes sir.
Milk? Are you allowed milk?
There was no milk, no.
No milk.
So that's the thing. You just had to go chili for chili. Like you were all sitting on stage and then just chili for chili. Last person standing got the prize.
Wow.
What was the price?
Milk. I genuinely forget. It was like some swag, some burgers and shit, which I obviously just couldn't taste anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it was all in the wrong order. But so the first one was really great. Like everyone was really invested. And it was like kind of like a narrative. And like there was just a really pale ginger man who was just turning redder and redder and
God.
redder, but like holding on. It was very fun. But then
How does it tend to like, are people dropping out quickly or are people holding on for a...
Well, the first one, it was like a very kind of even dropout, which was great, like to add to the suspense or whatever. And the 2 people then kind of went a while. But then the night that they basically oversold this burger joint, it was at the Portuguese Society in Marrickville.
Oh, yeah.
And let me tell you, a group of people who couldn't give a fuck about your event, the Portuguese Society in Marrickville. Like we've overbooked it, and they're like, whatever. Like,
What is the
we're letting people in.
What does the Portuguese society do?
They just own like a couple of things, and they put on cultural events and whatever. But but they own some spaces.
And they give you accreditation for your peri-peri sauce or something like that.
Absolutely. This is the Lisbon Peri Peri Society. This is the real stuff.
The Portuguese word for it is a porto.
I just imagine the Portuguese like examining a chicken, being like, "Yeah, it's flat. Good chicken." I can't do Portuguese accent.
So tell us about this final.
Bem, that's all I got.
Tell us about this final. You're at the
So it was the night one because that year there was like day and night, right? So they did like an afternoon session then a night session, and the night session they just kind of oversold and like the lines were crazy, like you were saying. Like it was just they just kind of went too big, and was a cheerleading competition, and people were bored. And there was a cheerleading competition that was kind of like, they're like, Dan, please, like, can you like save this a little bit? Just distract people while we kind of make up the orders on like the burger thing, because there's like 7 different vendors. And so I'm there, and the cheerleading's generally been really fun. You're fucking with people, like it's really easy. And this group, there was 9 of them, including I think he was the president of the Portuguese Society was in there. So I had some dignitaries, you know. I had to treat these guys right. He had diplomatic immunity in there. He could do anything. He could drink milk whenever he wanted. He was out of control. And
that sounds like a man that can handle his chili.
Well, so this thing, there's like 9 people on the stage, and we start with the easy one, no one drops out. We go to the slightly harder one, no one drops out. We get to the bird's eye, where usually that's like 3 chilies in a row with nothing. Like someone usually drops out there. Nothing. Jalapeno, nothing.
Like they're not even reacting to it?
Or just sitting there, just kind of like, yep, just chewing, which is great entertainment. Just watching 9 people chew.
Did you notice
if any of them... Oh, it's pretty hot, isn't it? Hot stuff.
Did you notice if any of them had their mouth covered in wax? More chili.
Well, look, before the event, there was actually an inspection, a mouth inspection. I got my fingers right in there.
Mouth check.
Just feeling around for the wax, you know. No, if you go to that length to cheat, you deserve to win. I feel. But literally, every single person got to the Carolina Reaper and finished it without getting out, and there was no plan B. So it was just like, well,
9-way tie.
Wins.
Everybody wins.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, boo.
Oh God, no! That's
And I'm just stuck, and I'm like, well, get back to the burgers. We're gonna give away some T-shirts soon. Good stuff.
Crazy.
Carolina Reaper's like bad, right? That's like hard. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not just your average, grit your teeth and bear it sort of thing.
It's the hottest chili in the world.
Is it?
Yeah, the Carolina Reaper. Like, at that stage, it was anyway. I think they keep going up.
Yeah.
But there are chili sauces, right, that are like just so extreme with the Scoville units.
Yeah, the Scovilles.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, imagine who's the Scoville?
Who's Dr. Scoville? It must be, right?
The Scoville's named after?
Yeah.
Old Waxmouth Scoville.
I've dabbled in some pretty high Scovilles before, and I can tell you, yeah, if you had them just as kind of the emergency like backup rounds when people get past the Carolina.
That's like the sauce you can like condense it, I guess, right? Just like, concentrate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure the science. I just know that it can get hotter than the chili itself.
But did you find out who Scoville is?
Yeah, Wilbur Scoville.
Wilbur.
He invented the method in 1912.
1912.
Yeah, and now we have hot ones. So
Thanks, Wilbur.
Well, time well spent, I think.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, fuck, I should really get in touch with Hot Ones and be like, you stole my idea. People eating hot things.
No one had ever done that before.
No, never, especially not in 1912.
Yeah, especially after John Mayer came equal ninth for the Portuguese Society.
What an anticlimax. How that people
Dude, it was so grim. And like doing those things were like, you kind of being like funny, but like mainly just putting something on. Like when nothing happens, you're just stuck.
Yeah.
Like there's no way out. Like, you know this story, but like I also hosted Oktoberfest in Canberra, and that was in front of like 2,000, 3,000 people, and there was a pint holding competition, a stein. So you have to hold the stein out like straight armed, and this guy.
What is it, like 1.8 liters plus the glass? So maybe it's like 2.
No. A stein's 1 liter.
Stein's 1 liter.
Oh, is it 1 liter?
1 liter. Yeah.
What am I
The
thinking?
Germans, dude. They're not going to fuck around with 1.8. It's
all right.
1 or 2, bro.
Sorry. Yeah. What am I?
They're precise. They're precision people. Not like
Is
the
that a
Irish.
yard? Maybe that's the yard glass. Okay, so 1 liter plus the
weight of the glass.
So what are we talking?
I don't know, probably like 3-4 kilos, I reckon. Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
You reckon it'd be heavier than that?
Feels about right.
But if your arm's like straight, you got to hold it for like as long as you can, you know? So this guy, like we're doing that. There was like 10 people on the stage, and this band was on after, and they were like, can we set up? And I'm like, oh, I wouldn't. There's a stein holding competition. Like these guys are drunk. Like I don't know if they'll like spill anything. And they started setting up. And I was just like, oh, okay. And the guy holding the stein was kind of like wandering around, like trying to hold his arm straight, but like, staggering. And he pours a little bit of beer on like the pedals that the guitarist had just set up. And you see the guitarist's eyes just go like that. And I'm like, oh, shit. And I like drag the guy back like away from the thing. And then he wins and he cheers. Like, hey! And he does that. Some fucking beer goes on the pedals again.
Oh, no.
And the guitarist picks up his guitar, lifts it over his shoulder, starts running towards the guy that is going to hit him with it like a fucking baseball bat.
Amazing.
And then I and the other band guys like jump in the middle. This is in front of 3,000 people, like who didn't seem to notice. How drunk were they? So just stopping this like live assault happening. And then he refuses to go on. He's like, you guys fuck my pedals. I'm not going to fucking play. This is bullshit. Like, you broke my pedals. And I'm like, man, I don't know what to tell you. I said not to set up, whatever.
Surely this has got to be up there with one of the most interesting things to ever happen in Canberra. People still talk about it.
Oh, remember the pedal incident of 2018?
Yeah, brought in a whole sweeping legislation about it.
There will be no pine holding this close to electricity. It's against the moral code. But yeah, so basically he refused to play, and he needed to play because they were the next band. And then I still remember the soundie walked up from the back onto stage, and he was a big fucking unit, like one of those real truck guys. Grabs the guy by his collar and he says, I don't give a fuck about your pedals. Start playing your stupid fucking songs. And throws him back. And the guy just plays immediately. After his set, he gets kicked out of the band and they give him a consolation bottle of vodka, which is what they bargained with the festival owner for what they get for the damage. And then we all just share the same green room.
Oh, good.
So he was just in one corner with his vodka and I'm sitting there being like,
I mean, you did warn him at the start, right? So what do you do?
I was like, it's a pint holding competition. I don't know if you've met drunk people.
Things get wet.
They're messy.
Yeah.
They're messy people.
You know, Kyle Legacy is actually emceeing and judging a strip-off competition this week in Perth.
Really?
Yeah.
So not the comedy striptease thing. This is professional strippers.
This is professional strippers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He's emceeing and judging.
But they've only paid him to MC, but he'll be judging.
He'll be offering some opinions. It's amazing the pathways that can open up when you do stand-up comedy, you know? Oktoberfest.
Chili eating competition,
strip
strip-off,
competition.
novelist.
We're all there, you know? Can't wait to be running some Super Bowl parties next year.
Oh, yeah.
Up and down the East Coast in Wahlburgers.
You know they decriminalise drugs in Canberra now for the smaller amounts?
Yeah, dude, ACT is super progressive. The ACT government is incredibly aggressive. I've thought this for ages. It's kind of like the eye of the hurricane. Like they're, right in the center of politics. They're actually quite safe. It's when it like blows either side of you. They got pill testing. They've decriminalized small amounts of drugs. Fireworks
I know they
forever.
had pill testing
They do pill testing.
at festivals and stuff.
Nah, just around. No, that's for real. There's like a pill testing place in Canberra.
At question time. That's the question.
At Questacon. It's just the guy at the top of the slide. You're like, wait, what is this? And he's like, it's good shit, and you take it and you slide. That free fall has never felt so real. Like, but no, for real. There's a pill testing place in Canberra because my mate told me they've found. I love this so much. They've found 3 types of ecstasy that they didn't know existed. Just like when someone goes in the Australian wilderness and finds a new spider. They're like, no one's ever done MDMA like this. Look at the colouring. It's unbelievable.
They're going to name it after you.
You can have about, I think it's like 1.5 grams of Coke before you're over the threshold.
1.5?
Wow.
That's generous.
So
Yeah.
like, you could like...
That's so funny. It's like 1 gram. It's like, oh, that's ridiculous. 1 gram's ridiculous. We need.
Well, most dealers sell you actually good Coke in about a 0.7 of bags.
So you get 2 bags.
You can get them 2 bags, and someone gets caught and think, "Fuck, I got 2 grams on me," and then the cops will be like, "Good news, you get a fine," and he'll be like, "My dealer ripped me off."
Yeah,
like, no, I was looking out for you, dude.
The dealer's like, man, I'm just watching your bag, brother.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Just like, I think, because you'd still, all right, role play. You get done for your 2 bags, and you're like, oh no, I'm going to jail. And the cop's like, actually, it's 1.4. You're fine. Do you call your dealer being like, mate, what the fuck? You owe me 0.6.
Well, I've had people complain about that before when I used to sell 0.7s, and I'd be like, well, I'm usually quite transparent about it. If anyone asks, because sometimes people will be savvy enough to go, how much is in a bag? Because I'm not saying, no one's come over and going, can I get a gram? They'd say for a bag, right?
Uh-huh.
And so if someone asks for a gram, I'd say they're 0.7s.
That feels so fucking dodgy to me. It's like, no one said gram, you said bag. Come.
Yeah, I'd leave it out if they didn't mention it. If they just said bag, I give them a normal bag. If I say that they wanted a gram, I'd say it's 0.7. But I say, look, you can go out.
Would you then top it up?
No, never, only if they're paying 400. You can't make money out of selling someone a full gram in Sydney
Okay.
or Australia.
I'm sure Perth
These days, if you want to get a full gram, you're paying maybe $4.50.
Really? And that's like an in the know thing. It's like, hey brother, can I get a bag and top it up? I'm willing to pay full price, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I had guys that would come and pay full price and get a full Grammy.
I'm just imagining like my wanker mates about coffee coming in with a little scale, like little travel scale they bring on holiday. Put it on thing like, hey. Excuse me, sir. I think you'll find it's 0.7. I asked for a gram. Thank you.
Do you think this is one of the things the publisher found offensive? Very offended about how you treated your customers.
Yeah, his
You know what a bag means.
his treatment of dwarves, that was deplorable, but his business practices? This guy was a drug dealer.
Yeah, I'm just getting flashbacks to, I think I might have told you when I had to go through the text messages in my phone to like the judge when I was pleading guilty, and he's like, Mr. Hamilton, what did it mean when you said...
when you were texting the judge?
when the judge was going through my text messages to my mates, and it was like, what did you mean when you said, let's get on the ag bays?
Is this in court?
In court.
You're on the stand?
Yeah. I'm on the stand. I'd be like, well, Your Honour, that's big.
I would like to call my secret witness, Agbay Wilson.
Yeah, there was another one where I had to, I'd asked my mate to bring over the bat phone, and he's like, what is the bat phone? I was like... It was the phone that I sold drugs on, Your Honour.
Can I have it end into the record that I think Your Honour is a nerd? Don't know what ag bays are. Fucking come on, Your Honour. You're a lawyer for years. You know Latin but not pig Latin?
You've got a Nautica hat on. Like, surely you know.
Dude, Nautica, they've commandeered that brand. They've done very well. Ugh.
You want to do an ad read?
I guess we should. I mean, I really enjoy it. Your Honor, excuse me, plaintiff, what is it, the defendant? We need the defendant, Mr. Hamilton. Mr. Hamilton, it says here you're going to get on the ag bays. And what might they be? Your Honor, that's pig Latin for bags. And Mr. Hamilton, and what might bags contain? So, well, Your Honor, they purport to contain 1 gram of cocaine, but actually, you can't make a dollar in Sydney selling a gram, so it's actually 0.7.
Mr. Hamilton, this text asks your friend if he'd like to go skiing, does it not? Well, I'm just a simple city lawyer, but it seems to me the snow in February would be quite light, wouldn't it, Mr. Hamilton?
Someone was coming over to buy 3 beers off you for $600.
Oh, the nose beer. And we call as a witness, a character witness, Andre Bagassi. The prosecution cannot find him.
Marcos Bagdatis. Richard Gere.
So you were cavorting with celebrities while only giving up 0.7. You'd hope you'd treat people better.
That's what you don't realise is, like, if you go through some of the conversations you've had with people, if you had to read out that convo in court, just how bad it sounds saying it out loud.
Wait, did I tell you guys about the aftermath of the Bucks? Have we spoken about this?
No.
Where my mate's brother, he fucked up booking the restaurant, so he had to like find a restaurant last minute. And I called up Fatima's in Surrey Hills. Like, you know, Turkish, Lebanese.
Establishment,
yeah,
Lebanese.
It's very, very famous. Very good. Like, you know, but right next to a mosque, just to give them like context. And so I called them up to get the dinner booking. That, yeah, no worries. And they set up real fast. Very good of them. And then after that, we, you know, we're having a good time at the Airbnb. And we were like, should we?
That means drugs.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, doing drugs.
The court stenographer, please repeat that action.
In the same way when I'm in prison where people were like selling ice, they wouldn't say that they were selling ice. They'd say I was selling
eyes.
But surely they should point at both eyes.
No, they just go I for ice.
Oh, they were selling eyes.
The letter I stands for ice. There we go.
I mean, I just feel like...
I mean, we're still on cameras in the yard and some guy's going...
It's like, you know, tinkles the drink. I was selling... Ding, 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 ding.
I was selling the frozen form of water.
So, sorry, nose beers. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, anyway, people, you know, we had a bit of extra money because, like, the restaurant went from a fancy one to like more of a chill one. We were like, should we spend that money on a stripper? And people were like, look, let's just see who's available. because you
Wait,
made
is this
me.
in real time? This is on the night?
Yes, this is at like 10 p.m. because talking to Hammer made me realize you can basically Uber Eats a stripper. Like,
I didn't realize
you don't
that
have
was
to
a
plan them in advance. You can get them last minute, which makes sense.
But sometimes you're not getting their best at this time.
You
The best are booked in advance.
Well, that was the thing. So I was like I was trying to call a bunch of like strip like numbers because they're all like phone numbers. And like no one was picking up. This one guy's like, I'll call you back based on who's available, blah, blah, blah. And then like I was like, wait, let me try this guy again. So I called like the number and I was like, hey man, we're just after a stripper. And the guy's like, oh, we don't really do that. And I was like, no, you don't understand. We just need a stripper, Bucks party, like we're in Chippendale, like, you know, just get him there. Like how long would it take? And he's like, that's not really our thing. And I was like,
You on the phone of Fatima?
okay, yeah, on the phone of Fatima. I'd called a fairly Muslim restaurant and was requesting a stripper. And instead of being like, I think you've got the wrong number, he was like, we don't do that.
I'm sorry, did you say shawarma?
Are you saying belly dancer at this hour? Well, you're going to have to buy some Turkish delight too. Otherwise, there's no money in this for us.
I'm
So
looking at you a
good.
belly dancer, but all the best ones are booked. It's not our best.
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
It was just really great because like he was just so gentle about it. Like it wasn't like fuck off, man. It was just like I think you're getting this wrong, and he must have recognized my voice.
I mean, the guy's probably running guns or something, you know.
No. I'm happy to be clipped up in a lot of highlights on this podcast, but the implication,
Strippers, no, brother. You want guns? What else you want?
the implication that Fatima's restaurant in Surrey Hills, which is great, is also doing weapons, doing arms dealing.
Well, I just mean like you asked strippers. He said no. You should have asked like you're trying a couple of other things.
What do you think? You just call up businesses and ask what they've got.
Well, he wasn't hanging up, was he?
Do you ask the same questions if the ethnicity
I
of the
think-
food is different, Mr. Hamilton? Mr. Hamilton! If this restaurant did not purport to be from the Middle East, would you be inquiring about guns on their premises?
How much is for us at the bottom of this rabbit hole? As though we're almost certainly going to clip out. How much do we really owe the future Patreon people?
The people who sit through it on YouTube are like, what the fuck did Hammer just say? I wouldn't worry about it. The cunt's never getting on SNL.
Better chance now, though.
Better chance now.
I did spend some time chatting with a lovely Middle Eastern gentleman in Parklea who seemed shocked that he'd been arrested for gun running. He was like, me, guns, never seen a gun in my life, brother. And I was like, this guy, I reckon he has a bunch of guns.
Just his general vibe.
Fatima's like serving falafel, and at the bottom is just a handgun. Like, what's under there? Don't worry about it.
So how many lady fingers would you like? Wink, wink. I just like the idea. I've never seen a gun. I think he's got him. You're going too far. I've never seen cocaine in my life. I just went to private school and on a couple of rugby tours. I've never seen it. Never smelt it. Never heard it. None of the five senses.
Mr. Hamilton, what did you mean when you said you want to order some ungays?
That last bit's actually pretty offensive, mate. We just prefer to call them straights.
Oh, well, now we have to leave it in. We have to leave it in.
I thought if you left it in, you are gay. Oh, God, now we do have to leave it in. Now I'm part of it. I was on the right side of history there for a bit. What a nightmare.
I think we...
Every unventilated cabin we come in, we get a bit silly around the 50-minute mark.
I think we dug it out of the hole somewhere there. Tom, you want to read a...
I got to pile that out for Dan for something that I thought was going to come up in the podcast, but it hasn't yet. So maybe this will lead us down that path. But there you go.
Am I reading
Dan.
off your phone?
You're
Oh,
reading
shit,
off my
this is a
phone.
monster. Fuck me, I got to scroll.
Here we go.
All right.
Oh, fuck, this is a monster. What some men hear after taking pilot. Let's get it away.
Hard made scary.
Halloween edition.
This podcast brought to you by pilot.com.au Men's Health. Hey there, floggers. Dan Muggleton here. My new comedy special, White and Wrong, is streaming on YouTube right now. But I actually recorded it over a year ago. You put an exclamation point there. I felt it had to. What took so long, you ask? Well, editing a special is a slow process, but it's even slower when you have to digitally remove an enormous erection out of every frame. Seriously, ask anyone who was at the tapings. I was hard as a rock for all 70 minutes. Both shows. We even had to scrap one of the recordings after an elderly woman in the front row copped a poke in the eye from my throbbing schlong. Sorry, Nana Hamilton, but don't blame me. Blame Pilot. Pilot's erectile dysfunction medication doesn't care whether you're shooting a comedy special or shooting ropes on your life partner's face. Couldn't have just said tits or something?
Good stuff.
All it cares about is you getting boned up and ready to go as soon as pos. You said possible, but I thought I'd translate it for Hammer. Don't you believe me? Go to pilot.com.au and find out for yourself. And for the full uncensored version of my special, White and Wronger, go to www.onlyfans.com/Dan Rubben Tuggleton.
Rubben Tuggleton. Pretty good.
Use the code FLOGGERS20 for $20 off your first order. Pilot, hard made easy.
Busy day at work, Tom?
That was very good. It was very long. And yeah, I mean, the tracksuit just doesn't cover the erection at all.
No.
There was a very flamboyant gay guy I used to work with who loved it when men wore tracksuit pants. It was a big thing for him. He was really into it.
Why?
I don't know. Big fan of your comedy.
Well, girls going about the doing its grey sweatpants.
They get a bit of shadow. They get a bit of.
I think that might have been
shadow.
it. I think it might have been the outline.
Yeah, grey sweatpants, famously. A lot of cock shadow.
Cock shadow.
Cock shadow?
The new Marvel character.
That sounds more like DC, to be fair. Cock shadow. CS?
CS? It's Counter-Strike.
Yeah, it's just Counter-Strike. 1.6? Or you're a source guy?
1.6.
1.6, good lad. You can strafe better.
You know, actually, I've never said this before. The Counter-Strike, when we used to play, because we had laptops at school, sometimes we'd have LAN parties, we'd all play, and someone made a map of Knox, the school, and you could go through the school, and if you went into the principal's office, and behind his desk, on his desk, was a framed photo of Hitler.
Oh, that's good gear.
That's actually very impressive.
Isn't it amazing?
That is a deep burn.
But also just designing the school in a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can just imagine like how many school shootings that prevented Tom from doing.
There it is.
He got to live out his fantasy already. Yeah, I shot my classmates at school today.
Every damn day.
Mostly sniping.
You got the scout? You got the scout? You going? You're
That's
going with
so
the
funny.
AWP, you pussy.
Do you think of bowling for Columbine? People were getting angry that they were camping.
Dude, yeah, I thought it was like one of the things entered in evidence.
They did. They made a map of their school on Doom.
So you're the kind of person I'd expect to know that.
Oh yeah. Oh, I've read the manifestos.
On Doom.
On Doom.
Doom.
Man, was this pre Counter-Strike days then?
Oh yeah.
Only for Columbine.
Late 90s, I think.
This is Wolfenstein 3D.
It was late 90s. Let me check my tattoo.
That was the
Never
first.
forget.
That was the first of those games that I remember. Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
I think it was the same like engine or whatever. You know what I mean? Because you actually look at the original Wolfensteins and Doom, they kind of look the same.
Yeah, I thought it was like Doom, Wolfenstein, like Duke Nukem. And then there was the Half-Life engine, which like Counter-Strike spawned from. Because
Yeah,
Counter-Strike was
okay.
just like a mod, wasn't it?
Yeah, or like a skin or something.
Yeah, it wasn't like official.
Yeah.
They just
what
kind of
was that game
repurposed
called?
Half-Life.
After,
Half-Life.
Half-Life, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there was also Team Fortress.
Oh, I love Team Fortress.
I don't mind Team Fortress.
Never got around it.
Yeah, Counter-Strike though?
Big time.
Bit of CS?
Yeah, I used to always lie to my parents about that I missed the bus from like rugby training or something like that, and I'd be at an internet cafe in Chatswood.
You used to go to Net Cafe? I used to go to Net Cafe.
PC World was the one I went to. PC World.
The one in Burwood never really had a name, so we just called it Net Cafe.
No.
Stratfield was Web Station.
It's really funny that you wanted to cover up with something cool like playing rugby. You're like, sorry, I'm late. I was out bashing nerds.
Yeah, virtually. Dude, that was like my favorite because the rugby guys got around it because at the Burwood Net Cafe, it was like before rugby training because West Harbour would train at Concord Oval.
Oh, yeah.
Like all the Tongan boys would be in playing Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
I'd be like, who the fuck is Plank of Wood? And I'd be like, right here, cunt.
Plank of wood.
Yeah.
Why plank of wood?
Because that was my Counter-Strike name.
Yeah.
Pretty lame. What was yours?
I don't remember.
One was Scarecrow.
They just spell like the E with a 3 or something. Just real badass. Or the K instead of the C.
I did all that stuff.
Fuck yeah, found it. You made it leaked.
My favourite
1337.
book back then was Matthew Riley, Ice Station.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That guy's code name Scarecrow.
Ah,
There you go.
I think I got it from Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrel. Planks of Wood. I'm working with planks of wood as the guy kicks his head through the wall. Because the guy Plank. You guys Lock, Stock fans?
I don't remember this part though. I remember
So the guys who were like the actual thieves that they lived next door to, the guy with the ponytail his name was Plank. And then the guy when he was angry was like, planks of wood, I'm working with fucking planks of wood. But then I became Mugzor with a 0 for the O.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's good. Do you reckon we could do some kind of like...
Lateral move? Like not a promotion? Sorry, CEO Scarecrow. Got your fucking clan in there, you dickhead. Yeah.
do you reckon we could do some kind of like Flog Cabin movie club sort of thing? Movies seem to come up on this podcast a lot. I tried to watch Heat the other day. I couldn't do it.
Couldn't watch
It
Heat?
was just the thought process of sitting down for a 3-hour movie. I made it through like 15 minutes. I'm like, I just don't know if I can do this.
But like,
That disappoints me.
I know.
what do you have on?
I don't know. It's more like the longer a movie goes on for, the more time I think I could be doing other things. I could be watching something else.
Yeah, but that's devaluing the time I've already put in.
I know. I'm no good. It's no good.
Well, how are we going to have a movie club if you can't even watch a goddamn movie?
Well, if you were there,
if
I
you
might.
can't last 3 hours without pilot. Long made easy.
No, I feel like if I was there with you guys, I'd pay attention. I'd zero in.
You want me to rewatch Heat
Wait, so
for
what
the
is-
700th time? Because I'll do it.
Do you not? Do you not want to rewatch Heat for 700th
I've seen it
time?
many times.
I
But
mean-
I'll be so busy sitting there watching you watching it.
Oh yeah.
I'll be
This
like,
bit,
what
watch
about
this bit?
What are you ready?
No, watch.
Well, I mean, like we could, because we're still, we're gonna when the festivals are over, we're gonna get the Patreon going. There's gonna be more content for the
Yep.
for the floggers. We'll sort you out. We're not gonna ask you to give us money for nothing. We wouldn't dare.
We're going to have a level on Patreon where you can watch us watching a movie together.
Well, I'm just still offended by the idea that Tom's like, I couldn't watch it on my own with you guys there. I watched the movie. Like, wouldn't you want to talk to us?
Then we can talk about it afterwards at Wahlburger.
You think you're getting the invite, bro? See you at 10:30 or fucking leave it forever. But no, like, I think we could do something like that. I mean, yeah, I know what you mean though about movies, because like, how fucked is it that you're like a movie 3 hours? Oh, that's so long, but I can watch 7 episodes of a 1 hour TV show without even blinking.
Yeah.
I can go TV shows forever. Movies, I'm like, it's such a commitment. What if it sucks?
I've struggled more now, like with a phone. It's so much easier to be distracted than like not be fully immersed in a movie. Like you find you have to like actually go to the cinema to be like really pulled into it.
Yeah, I do. I'm a lot of cinemas now do kind of like throwback stuff, and now I'm like, Heat is showing at the Ritz in like October. I'm like, I should go see that.
Yeah.
Is she showing the Ritz in October? I love
something
the
like-
Ritz.
yeah, okay.
That's my favorite cinema in Sydney.
Oh, there you go.
Do you
There we
know?
go.
Do you know?
Flog
Reckon?
Cabin's going to the Ritz.
Flogs at the Ritz. I mean, wait, what was I gonna? Oh yeah, wait. Sorry, I had this because this is actually. I mean, this is a segue sitch, like a good one. Not like the kind of segue sitch that you need to tell someone about later. Segue sitch. I was just in Perth for the 12 days in the hotel. Room service. Even though it was like kind of like a shit hotel, they gave you water and cardboard. That's fucked.
You were saying at the Mercure, that seemed like a fancier level up. That I usually stay at like the Ibis or something like that.
It's better than the Ibis, yeah. But like, it's still like, it's not like nice. It's just like, it's decent. But like, they turn the room down every day. They come in at the weirdest times. Like sometimes they knock at like 9:30 in the morning, being like housekeeping, and I'm like, it's 9. What? This is too early. Like housekeeping's supposed to be between 11 and 1, right?
You also strike me. You're a bit of a later riser.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know why. I'm fucking exhausted all the time. I don't do anything. But they came in one time, and I realized that my laptop was in the bathroom. And it got me thinking, what is the most sus place to leave a laptop? Because obviously there's that famous Cricket Australia thing.
Oh, I watched that again the other day.
Do you know this?
No,
it's so
remind me.
great. It's like they're like doing like little teammate Vox Poppy things. And he
Is
just
it
walks.
Stark? Is it Stark who's hosting it?
Yeah, whose room does he go into? Is it?
It's not Hazelwood.
I don't think it's Hazelwood. It's like one of the bowlers, I think. But
It
basically,
is one of the bowlers.
he's like, he kind of walks in without knocking into the hotel room, and it's like him, like under the covers with like the laptop, just like on the bed.
Yeah.
just like.
He closes the lid. He's got his shirt on, but he's like tucked up to his waist under the bed.
Yeah,
It's
and he
crazy.
just like immediately just kind of snaps the chat like, "Hey man," like it was so sus. But I was like, I was thinking like most sus place to like find someone's laptop. Like I'm thinking bed's got to be up there, bathroom's got to be up there. When I was in Germany, I lived with this guy who used to bring his laptop in the actual toilet with him. Like when he'd go to take a shit, he'd bring the laptop in.
I think I talked about this when I was at boarding school. The guy there'd be wank rush hour after school because we all lived. We used to like share rooms with like 3 other guys, and so guys would grab their laptop. They'd grab their headsets because they didn't want to hear the guy wanking in the bathroom next to him.
And they'd put on rush hour.
I'm glad you were just sitting there on that because I'm like, which one? 1, 2, or 3?
And they would just walk past like other guys in the hallway with their headset in and a laptop walking into the bathrooms. Just be like, hey, bro. And that was just the way it was done.
Wank rush hour.
Wank rush. Why don't you just stagger it, you know?
Well, it's like
they just work a little bit late, you know, wank at like 6:30.
As 100 teenage boys, you know, they all want to be first off they want to be first cab off the rank.
You don't want to be sloppy seconds in the cubicle. The toilet's like, oh no.
Yeah. In hindsight, like now it's gross, but like at the time it was just normal because it was either that or you got to do it in your bedroom in front of, and you got no privacy.
In front of? Or like next to?
Well, your bed's in various corners of the room. But like, I mean...
So you wait until they go to sleep or you're just going under the covers, oi boys, don't listen?
Oh, guys are going bathroom or shower. It wasn't really done in the room.
But if the room was empty, would you ever give it a go? Would you have like the danger wank and just try and get it out?
High risk.
I don't think so. I think I would have still gone to the dunnies. But, you know, when you share a room in prison... And you don't have that kind of privacy, so then you have to you adapt.
I've never seen the word adapt do that heavy lifting before. Really, really incredible stuff. We have to evolve.
It's easier.
And wank in front of each other.
When you got bunk beds, obviously easy, right? But when there are some rooms that have 2 beds on the ground level, and so you got to wait till you can definitely hear them snoring, and then you got to do like the one leg up, one leg down kind of thing.
What's it create like a tent?
The silhouette.
Yeah. Now we're talking.
Okay, so you got a little bit of room and you're going under sheets the whole time. What's the cleanup sitch?
I think I just had some toilet paper ready to go. You don't want to make a mess, do you?
No. I was just curious because I'm like, it should be done of a day-old shirt because I'm a grown-up.
Sometimes you make prison sound so fun, and then other times it sounds quite sad. And when you're like, there's a touch rugby tournament, I'm like, that sounds great. I might.
And then I talk about a prison wank next to a guy snoring.
And I'm like, that sounds fun.
One thing I noticed was because there's not much visual stimulation. So, and I was so used to like previously like watching porn.
Yeah.
But I had to just like raid the memory bank.
The wank bank.
The wank bank.
You have to rob it.
And I found it harder to visualize porn versus like made memories.
So you could more easily remember times you'd had sex than times you'd watched strangers have sex.
Bingo.
I don't think that's surprising.
Where you are always...
it was more vivid image.
It's always memories, not fantasies?
Always memories.
Never just fantasize? No creativity?
Only the past.
Don't have it. What in the past, yep.
What if it was a really hot dwarf and I did cocaine off her head?
I just put that in the book?
Yeah, I could try, but it's just the pictures didn't come as clearly as memories. Yeah. There you go. We're all learning. We're in the Flog cabin.
Wait, so the guy, when I was on exchange...
Yes.
Which was my prison. No, he used to shit with like the laptop, but he'd also do this thing, which I thought was pretty funny when chat roulette was like still a thing. He'd just leave his laptop on the internet, leave chat roulette on, and he'd have a little piece of paper in front of it that said tits or death. And he'd just leave that on all day and occasionally check to see if anyone was showing him her tits.
What about the death option?
Well, I mean, I don't think he ever saw that. if he didn't tell us about it.
Fuck, that seems like...
There's no tits. It's just a picture of someone's dangling feet.
This is like that goddamn Yonkers video clip.
Sure, there's better options. Like
tits or death. I think the idea was he just wanted to see tits ammo. I don't think it was like dealer's choice.
Yeah, but maybe
they're just like, hey, tits or feet?
Did it work?
Tits or box?
Tits or box?
Yeah.
I think it worked a few times, yeah.
No, I don't think you're going to get as many tits with tits or box. I think you get more tits with tits or death.
Exactly.
It's the humor.
All right. Well, we don't know.
Scarcity, dude. Artificial scarcity.
Pull up chat roulette. That's it.
So the room service came in to, sorry, what was it called? Housekeeping came in and found you with the laptop in the bathroom.
Yeah, I just realized that like I'd gone out. Like I honestly like wasn't even sus the laptop in the bathroom, which I know addressing it makes it say it wasn't. I was just listening to music in the shower.
I'm not convinced. Are you?
Well, we were just talking about wanking for the last 10 minutes. It'd be a weird time to get bashful.
Yeah. I wank in the bed. I like being horizontal. When I stand, sometimes my shoulder tenses up. I don't like it. You guys have good posture? I don't.
I've had more embarrassing reasons to have my laptop in the bathroom.
Like what?
I've been pumping some country music while I'm having a shower or something.
I was in pumping country. Actually, no, a bit of Gary Clark Jr. That's like country and blues.
There we go.
That's all right. But yeah, so like I'm just saying, like, what are the more sus play? Like, let's just expand it outside the hotel room.
Yep.
Like, because I'm thinking bathroom and bed would be like pretty like up there, just laptop ready to go.
I don't think it gets any. Where else could there be? Where else are you doing it? The woods? Buy a laptop in the woods is pretty sus.
Oh man, Denky's taking his laptop to the shed. Why's he got a Google Nest out there? What's going on? Oh, man, all the wood in the shed is varnished. Ew.
Yuck.
Every other situation I can think of, like, it's not sus unless like someone walks past and the laptop's playing porn.
Yeah, that's pretty sus. That's fairly suspect. Man, be
Hard to
careful.
talk him out of that one.
People are going to think you've been wanking.
No. This is a country music video. Just wait. The beat will come in real soon. Yeah, I'm trying to think of this anymore. I was curious because I was like, do you think the bed or the bathroom is more sus though?
I think the bathroom is more sus.
Because the bed,
so.
you can just be going to bed watching, like, Heat.
Movie, you could be Skyping with someone. Yeah.
But if you're Skyping, do you actually fuck? This is something that I realized ages me. If you masturbate mutually with someone else on a webcam, do you still call it Skype sex?
Yeah. I think so. Like, why? It's Zoom sex now. Google.
FaceTime sex?
Yeah.
I don't know. Smartphone sex?
Yeah.
Because for me, it's always Skype sex. Like that's. I'll be fair. When I did it most,
Yeah.
I was in some long distance relationship in my early 20s. That was the vibe then. Whereas I did FaceTiming. Do you want to cock time me? Like I don't know. I don't like that.
I did it not that long ago over I just call it phone sex, even if
there's video.
Yep.
Still phone sex.
I'd call it that. Yeah.
Our phone sex is just words.
Yeah, this is all showing all of your ages, I think. You Skype, him phone.
How many used it on the family phone?
This was
Used
more,
to have the Uniden cordless.
This was more than just Skype sex because I had an app.
An app?
Yeah, that controlled a sex toy.
I've heard about those.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So what do you call that?
App sex?
App sex.
I don't like it.
Did I like it?
I mean, no, I just like, I'm like, app sex. I'm like, I don't like that as a term for it.
The toy itself was very fun. I'm controlling an app. Things are happening here. Things are happening somewhere else.
Is it one toy or is it like two toys?
It was a vibrator.
Yeah.
A vibrator.
But did you have one as well, like in your ass or something?
No.
Oh. Yeah.
No.
I mean, you got to give the other person something to control as well. Like otherwise, it just seems a bit biased.
I seem to be having fun. I figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
One hand on the phone, one hand on myself. There we go.
So wait, there was the app, but the app wasn't up.
The app
was up, but the video wasn't up. But you're on the phone.
No, you're on your laptop.
So sorry, I was more. We were texting, and I'm controlling the app.
Oh,
texting?
Texting? What?
What year is this? You on hard times, Samo?
It was last year.
Texting. Just like, I'm close. Turn it up.
Was it just the phone on vibrate? Was that the toy? Text more. Text faster.
Texting. Texting. Fuck.
Sexting, I've heard.
Sexting. That is what it's called.
Yeah.
Sexting with an app.
Yeah.
Wasn't that just hard to like change screens? Like I'm actually pretty proud of you multitasking.
Was
there.
he- was
Text
you-
in-app. You get in-app text.
What's it? They've got the app as well.
They've got the app. You both got the app.
Do you reckon anyone?
I thought you were doing your burner phone.
What is the bad phone? Well, it's the masturbation phone. That's what it is. It's the phone I used to jerk off. There's a lot of text message on there, Judge, and you do want to read them. You're gonna gavel yourself if you know what I mean. You're gonna be glad you're wearing a nice baggy robe.
What does Etway Ussypay mean?
Is that us? Is that it? I think that's out.
No, I went. Oh no! I had a thing.
What thing?
I don't
How
think-
long have we been doing?
It's our 20.
That was the thing. Do you think any arms dealers use the vibrating app to text about drops?
The cops probably
Just like,
wouldn't
are
check
you
that.
close? Yes, I have the weapon. I'm ready for a drop. I'll turn it up then. You know what I mean? I think it's a good cover.
It is, yeah, because the message is self-destruct, I believe.
Do they? You reckon it's more secure than WhatsApp?
I don't think the cops are checking it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think I put a bloody thing out there.
Here we go.
Like all the fucking dirty pig dogs. You want to prevent crime? Get on the masturbation app. Start texting.
Get on the master app.
Master app. Is that it? That's actually the final text I usually send when I'm having a good time with a lady. Is that it? Winky face? Were there any emojis in the text? Or was it all words? Because if it's all words, I'm very proud of you. If you use emojis, I think you're no good. I never emoji ever.
You
Ever?
never emoji?
Ever.
I emoji a lot.
I emoji
Do you
a
GIF?
bit.
Rarely.
Do you emoji react? You don't emoji react, do you?
Never.
Yeah.
I'll sometimes do an analog emoji, like I'll do like the colon and the parenthesis.
Oh, an emoticon. You'll do an emoticon?
I'll do an emoticon. Sometimes a little throwback. I'll do like
the hell is
the
an
parenthesis H parenthesis, which used to be on
Oh
MSN
my
Messenger,
God.
the sunglasses one.
Oh my god! So you were happy with that, but you won't adapt to the modern age.
I'll do it as like a throwback. I was going to say anachronistic. I think that's unnecessary, but I'm pretty sure it is the right word. Spell it.
Anachronistic.
Yep.
I can. Do you really need me to?
Yeah, why not? I think just keeping you on your toes is pretty fun.
He's got the sex toy in his butt like Magnus Carlsen.
That's how he's doing his spelling. He's getting text in his ass.
I'll do it. I will do it in anachronistic. I'll any minute now. Oh, there it is.
Anachronistic.
I think so. Sure.
Anachronistic. I think.
Anachronistic.
Was there an N in there?
There was.
Yeah,
were two N's.
Anachron. Cron. Istic.
Yeah, I like it.
Yep.
Good stuff.
There we go. Strong finish to the pod.
Hamo, undefeated. Hamo and Hamo's arsehole. Do we have... Well, the floggers should come to the Super Bowl.
I'll
Yep.
be so intrigued to see how many people turn up for this.
Yeah, I mean, we'll put something out. We'll
Are
put
you
something out there.
you'll push it on socials and stuff? You're not just going to leave it to the listeners?
I reckon, yeah, we'll put it out there.
We'll share it on Insta. Dan's got a special out on YouTube. You want to check that out? It's very funny.
Oh, I can't believe we didn't talk about that at all. We're going to talk about you on the commentary and
I watched it live. I was the first person to comment.
You actually
Yeah.
watched it live? That's nice.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
I watched it live.
I-
I was mid-wank.
Yeah, I was controlling the app. I was like, this is the best special I've ever seen. Yeah, no, it's out. 800 Pound Gorilla. Just search like Daniel Muggleton comedy special. I think it'll be the first thing that comes up. It's already got some viewskis.
It's doing
it-
so
with
well.
Drewski?
It does come up.
You were like 3,000 views in a couple of hours.
Yeah,
That's
so
awesome. It's
hopefully,
popping.
please tell people about it. Tom opens and was supposed to get the recording of his set, but we fucked up.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
But you did at least post a photo on your Instagram of me heavily blurred.
I did say that.
yeah.
Well, I saw there was a person. I shouldn't say. I
In a
saw a
suit?
figure. I saw a figure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not a
well,
stain.
you
That's
know,
me. That's me. I'm the figure. I'm credited in the bag of special as figure.
When you're so fun to special, you hope you're the one in focus.
That's fair.
But yeah, check it out. If you like it, tell people, spread the word, flog the cabin and the special. I would appreciate it. And then yeah, we'll do the Super Bowl thing, and then Hamo and I are in Adelaide soon, but we'll tell you about that next week. Let's don't worry about that. We're there. Yeah, hot numbers. The cabin grows every single week. The
Continues
cabin
to
grows.
grow. Trending up.
Cabin grows. We mentioned we've got YouTube now for Flog
Oh,
Cabin,
yeah.
which is on about 40, which is not huge numbers yet, but they're growing.
They're growing. YouTube numbers growing. You get the unedited on YouTube because we're lazy.
Raw dogging.
Yeah.
So if you ever wanted to see everything we say,
Yep.
that's the place to find it. If you're a beat writer in New York comedy and you want to cancel one of us when we get an SNL slot, YouTube baby, that's the place. The audio is clean. Yep. Stay flogged up. Check the Dodgems. Hammo. End it.
Bye.